What's up, Richard Timmers here. With a new Knives Out movie coming out this week, since one of the other stars in it is Oscar nominated act, which is crazy to believe she's also have an Oscar on Mantle, but is Oscar nominated actress Glenn Close, who I think deserves an Oscar nomination for this because she was excellent here. Now, of course, I saw the film this week, and I'll be shocked if she don't get some award recognition, but she's obviously been in the game, like in the entertainment business for decades. She's always incredible. So here is my official top 10 favorite Glenn Close films. All right, number 10 is a recent one that came out like not so long ago. Is a movie called Four Good Days. Now this is from the same director who directed her in Albert Nobbs, which I enjoyed Albert Nobbs, but that's not really on my list I meant. But Four Good Days is really great. It's of course about a mother who helps her daughter struggling with addiction, and of course her daughter is played by Mila Kunis, who's also in Wake Up Dead, by the way. And the mother and daughter chemistry with Close Kunis is great. Stephen Root's terrific in this. It is obviously a movie about addiction. It actually did score an Oscar nomination for Best Original Song for Reba McEntire's "Somehow You Do," which excellent song there. I mean, Four Good Days is really decent. If you guys haven't seen it, give it a go. All right. Number 9 is a film that I think she was literally this close to getting actually her first Oscar for, if it wasn't for Olivia Colman. Who hey, she was great too, but I really think there could have been a good chance Close could have won that year. But number 9 is The Wife. The Wife is of course about a celebrated author who receives a Nobel Prize, but long buried secrets about like who really wrote the acclaimed novels begin to unravel. And it's a really excellent film. Really decent, like flashbacks to her younger years and stuff. Jonathan Pryce is great in this. Christian Slater, Max Irons. It's the actress who plays the young Glenn Close, who I think is actually Close's daughter, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong there, but The Wife is really good. I mean, really good performances here. I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, give this one a go. All right, number 8 is Tarzan. Of course, Tarzan is Disney's like '90s classic about an orphan boy raised by gorillas who grows into Tarzan. And Close actually voices Tarzan's adopted mother, Kyla, and she brings like very incredible warmth, tenderness, and protective love. Her lullaby scene of "You'll Be My Heart" is one of the most film's emotional highlights. It's a really remarkable film. I always loved Tarzan. One of my favorite Disney animated films of the '90s. It's such a really good one. All right, number 7 is Mars Attacks. Now, of course, here you got Close, who plays the first lady of to Jack Nixon's character here, who plays the president. And I mean, Mars Attacks is great. It is a lot of fun. It's entertaining. Of course, you got Jack Nicholson, Annette Bening, Glenn Close, Pierce Brosnan, Danny DeVito. The list goes on and on. You know, I mean, her comedic timing really shines here, and she has a really fun, like, explosive scene here. And I mean, she really does play the part very well. Nicholson's terrific. I mean, it is a really cool role of hers. All right, now from playing the first lady, she's playing the vice president, and she also played the former vice president's grandmother in a film too, so did that as well. But anyway, number 6 is Air Force One. Now, of course, here you got Close, who plays the vice president, Catherine Bennett, who is Close, who portrays like her very calm and automative VP, who is forced to make a life or death decision under pressure here. And of course, Harrison Ford is great. Like probably my favorite Harrison Ford film that is not Indiana Jones or Star Wars related. You know, uh, you also have William H Macy, Gary Coleman. It's an excellent film. Really cool '90s action fare. Great one-liners. I mean, Air Force One is just awesome. All right, number 5 is The Paper. Of course, directed by Ron Howard, starring Michael Keaton, Glenn Close, Marissa Tomei, Rob Duvall. It's of course where like a 24 hours at a New York City tabloid as reports like scramble to uncover like the truth behind a high profile murder here. And you got closely plays the character of Alicia Clark, who's a tough, problematic managing editor who clashes with Kian's reporter. And she plays her with like very sharp, ambitious, unafraid to make unpopular decisions. She is really wonderful here. I think she actually did score an Oscar nomination for this, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong there. But the paper is a really decent like journalism film. I mean, it was pretty much like the spotlight of the 90s, really. I mean, definitely had a little bit of a spotlight feel to it before a spotlight became a thing. All right, number four is Reversal of Fortune. Now, of course, Jeremy Irons actually won an Oscar for this, and I think Glenn Close also got nominated, but she lost out here. Now, Reversal of Fortune is a very interesting true story flick, which is the true story of Klaus von Barlow, who is accused of attempting to murder his wife, who like fell into a coma under mysterious circumstances. And of course, it was directed by Barbara Schroeder, who did a great job here. The chemistry with Irons Close is terrific. Close really plays the character like almost entirely through flashbacks, and as the voice narrating for her from her coma here. And she brings like very warmth, fragility, and tragedy to the character, and it's a really interesting true life story that's well worth watching. All right, number three is The Big Chill. Really great cast. You had Glenn Close, Tom Berenger, Kevin Kline, William Hurt, Jeff Goldblum. About a group of former college friends who reunite for a weekend at a after someone took their own life here. And you got Glenn Close who plays Sarah Cooper, who's one of the emotional anchors of the group here. It is very warm, very she's very grieving, empathetic, and of course, it was directed by a former Empire Strikes Back writer, Lawrence Kasdan. So there's that. It's such a really wonderful one. Great cast, great chemistry for one of the, and well worth watching there. All right, number two is 101 Dalmatians. Of course, here you got her playing the role of Cruella de Vil, and this is a lot like one of the earliest like live action Disney films, I should say. Based on like a former Disney property. And man, I mean, Emma Stone was great as Cruella, but man, Glenn Close embodies the character perfectly. She does such a great job here. Playing the fashion mogul Cruella de Vil, who schemes to kidnap Dalmatian puppies to make out for a coat, and her over the top campy is hilarious. Wicked here, just one of the most like beloved roles today. I mean, what an amazing character. And obviously, her best work here is my number one pick is Fail Attraction. Now, of course, Fail Attraction obviously is I can say the one that really put her on the map for most people. Like she's done stuff beforehand, but this is one that really, yeah, I believe this is actually the one that really put her on the map for majority of people here. Of course, obviously playing the legendary chilling performance of Alex Forrest, a woman battling with deep emotional instability and abandonment issues. And obviously, you got Michael Keaton, who plays a Mary Laura, who's one night stand, spirals into terror when the woman he goes with becomes like obsessed, draining his family's secrets. Obviously, the rabbit scene or the bunny scene, I should say, iconic there. I mean, it's just such a great one. Close really plays the creepiness very perfectly. Uh, Obviously, her performance as a mental health like as someone dealing with mental health is interesting. I mean, just one of the coolest screen villains there is, and yeah, definitely one creepazoid right there. But that's pretty much it. Here's my quick rundown. Number 10, Four Good Days. 9, The Wife. 8, Tarzan. 7, Mars Attacks. 6, Air Force One. 5, The Paper. 4, Reversal of Fortune. 3, The Big Chill. 2, 101 Dalmatians. And number 1 is Fair Attraction. Now, there's loads of other ones I could have included. Like, she has loads of credits. Obviously, The Natural is another good one. Her first film was a Robin Williams classic, The World According to God. Let's see. Greystone, The Legend of Tarzan. Jagged is a good one. Dangerous Liaisons. She appeared on Hook. Mary Raleigh she was in. In and Out. 102 Dalmatians, which I was not a fan of the sequel, to be honest. Yeah. The Crumb Scrubber. Evening's a pretty good one. Albert Nobbs. Guardians of the Galaxy, which I always keep forgetting she appeared in. The Great Gilly Hopkins, she was great in. Father Figures. Of course, speaking of vice presidents, she did play J.D. Vance's grandmother, if you will, in Hillbilly Elegy. That was good there. But anyway, let me let you guys. What are some of your favorite Glenn Close films? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy Sign.